Okay, how do I get back to the old building from here? Where is the path? Perfect. I guess I should talk to Monami. I just saw her over here. What's up? Can I talk to you? It's too short for the cursor. Too cruel! This is just too cruel! Oh, yeah, I might as well ask her about the old building's windows. Hey, do you have a sec? I want to ask you something. I don't want to help you guys mistrust your friends! What the hell? It's not like we're doing this because we want to. No, now's not the time to fight about stuff like that. More importantly, do you know why the old building's windows are covered by iron plates? Iron plates? I covered them up so nobody makes the mistake of going inside, since it's dangerous because of the renovation. I see. The renovation. So that's why you covered them up? Because it's dangerous to go inside. Danger isn't supposed to exist on this island. This isn't how it was supposed to be. But why did it get like this? It's cruel. Too cruel. Just because it's cruel doesn't mean you can keep crying like that. Crying won't solve anything. We have to do this no matter what, damn it. Okay. Now I'm gonna go back to talk to Mika and Mahiru. Okay, Gundam. What the? What the hell was that loud voice just now? I feel so lighthearted right now. I, Nekomaru Nidai, have been reborn. I have no intention of losing anymore. Losing to who? I won't lose to anyone, not even my past self. Ah, that sounds cool and all, but why are you even what are you even talking about? What? I don't know who was behind it, but someone tried to make a shitty bastard out of me. Some scoundrel was occupying the bathroom before the party was about to start. Now that you mention it, you said something like that shortly after the party started. I've been trying to use it many times, but the door just won't open at all. However, if you think I'd be angered by something like that, you've all underestimated my nerve and patience. Do all and achieve all with one's presence of mind. That is the goal of a true leader. In other words, a leader must never falter in any situation, but always have the presence of one's mind. He says that, but I'm pretty sure he was shaken up by that whole ordeal. Ah well, best not to go into it. Anyway, so you're saying the bathroom door was shut from before the party started to after the blackout?
So what I mean is...
And the bathroom was finally unoccupied after Byakuya's body was found. That's about how long that lasted. What he said sounds stupid and irrelevant, but I guess I should remember it just in case. Okay. Let's go back into the dining hall and I guess talk to Mahiru and Mika.
Hey!
Hey, you're here. Where the hell did you wander off to? I wasn't wandering, I was investigating as much as I could. I see. Well, if you weren't slacking off, I guess it's fine. So did you find anything? Well, yes, sorta. You don't sound too sure.
Hey.
Well, just take a look at this. Just as you told me, using the 2 photos I took before the blackout. I tried to pinpoint where everyone was standing. When I did this, the diagram was the result. So this was everyone's standing position before the blackout. Everyone's pretty much in the dining hall. I've made this diagram from analyzing those photos, so I'm pretty sure it's accurate. Just as I thought, Byakuya was standing at a far distance from that table. It's impossible. There's no way he'd be able to move that far during the blackout. What's this line extending from the table where Byakuya was killed? It's the desk lamp. I drew the power cord for it just in case. The power cord from the desk lamp? If that cord is extending from the table where Byakuya was killed, that means...
Hey.
So, did you find something? It's not clear to me yet, but... I guess you're right. I didn't really understand it myself when I was drawing it. I have a feeling it's either a potential clue or just a waste of labor. No, it wasn't a waste at all.
Huh?
It's not clear to me yet, but there's no mistake that a clue is hidden here. An extremely important clue. Okay, well, we'll figure that out later. Mekan, report. If you like, I can tell you a little bit of what I want to say. Did you find out anything? I tried, within reason, to perform an autopsy on Byakuya's body. And I discovered that there were several puncture wounds around Byakuya's chest and abdominal region. Deep wounds, deep enough to reach his lungs and internal organs. It can be assumed that the very thin, sharp object, around 5 millimeters in diameter, was used to stab him over and over again, which is what I believe. Ah! Hey, are you okay? I'm sorry. Talking about it made me sad. No need to push yourself. I mostly got the gist of what you wanted to say. I'm sorry. Still, around 5 millimeters in diameter, huh? Isn't that pretty thin? That's as thin as an ice pick or an awl. Or an iron skewer. One of which was missing. And it seems like we're on to the murder trial time.
Alrighty, guys! It's finally time! That's right! It's time for the long-awaited class trial! Now then, I shall tell you all the meeting place. At the central island of Jabberwock Island, there is a mountain with my adorable face carved into it. That, my friends, is Monokuma Rock. Once you're there, please proceed to the underground by taking the elevator located at the secret entrance. I'll see you soon!
A mountain with a carving of Monokuma's face at the central island? I guess I'm just gonna keep running until I find it. After I check on my pet poop. Oh no, it's piling up! Sorry, I was dealing with other shit. Run, run, run! Where's the stupid Monokuma Rock? Please don't tell me I ran the complete wrong direction around this entire island. Oh, hey, look, it's like an onyx with a staple remover for a head. What's that light? Oh, there's a lighthouse. Right behind Minigun Foot Eagle. And then there's like a giraffe thing. Where is it? Oh, here we go. This looks like a rock. It's like Monokuma version of Mount Rushmore. Alright, Monokuma Rock.
Huh? Are you kidding
What
me?
the heck is that mountain? When did that get here? Never mind that. How did they even make a mountain shaped like Monokuma?
No way.
That story might be true after all. There might be an enormous organization involved in all of this. You mean what Byakuya said before, right?
You are right.
Byakuya. We still needed his knowledge. I still can't believe he's dead. Byakuya, 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 Byakuya. What happened to Gundam and Fuyahiko? Now that you mention it, it appears they aren't here yet.
I got it!
I know. They probably ran away.
No way!
Hell no. There's no way I'd let them escape, you know. Look, I dragged this one back on over here.
Don't fuck with me!
I'm telling you, let me go.
Hey!
Hey now.
Come
If
on
you keep
now.
acting violent, I might just eat you up.
Hey!
Fuyahiko, what were you doing all this time?
Huh?
Nothing. I wasn't really doing anything. I was just chilling in my room when suddenly I heard that fat bastard got killed. Who the fuck cares about it anyway?
You.
How can you say something so irresponsible?
Do you understand?
We've been doing our best to investigate this murder, even though we don't want to, just to survive.
Wait!
Mahiru, that's enough. You too, Fuyahiko. Dumbass. And I guess we're waiting for Gundam?
What happened?
I am right here.
Now then!
Remember this well. A main character arrives when he intends to. Huh?
Hey.
It seems you noticed it too. If I did, then I'm right.
Well now,
Alright, now that everyone's all together, let's take the secret entrance to the trial field!
Wait!
Please, wait a second!
What's this?
My, Monomi. Just what are you doing here? Nobody asked for you. Do you actually want to join in?
You masochist!
You want to taste how powerless you are at the class trial? You're an even bigger masochist than I thought!
Special pleading
Oh well,
service.
I'm a big brother who dotes on his little sister. I shall allow your special participation.
See ya.
I'll go on ahead and wait for you guys, so hurry over!
Huh?
He told us to come, but how do we get in there? I don't see any doors or vehicles.
What's going on?
He mentioned something about a secret entrance, was it? Secret entrance? What the? Something's shaking? This is dangerous. Everyone, please get down. No, that was not me. What? Something came out! Could it be? Is he telling us to enter it?
What?
Such an auspicious aura! Even Crimson Steel Elephant Magazi is trembling with fear. That's so totally suspicious.
Hey.
Forgive me. Seriously, just forgive me already. Hey, why don't we just stop here? I mean, none of this is real anyway. Like, not even remotely.
No way.
There's no way we'll find the killer.
Stupid.
Complaining won't get us anywhere. If you're really a man, man up for God's sake. We've come this far. We have no choice but to keep moving forward. You're right. There's nowhere for us to run. We need to do it. If that's everyone's decision, I'll just follow you guys.
Yep.
If this were a video game, it'd have a very high difficulty level. Let's do our best to clear the game. Shaking with fear and nervousness, I hesitantly lifted my feet and stepped onto the escalator. I won't think anymore. If I think, we'll run away. All I could do was stare upward intensely as the escalator carried me. And when each of us had entered Monokuma Rock, what? Aha! An elevator. This is an elevator! I see! This entire rock is an elevator! Once again, Monokuma is doing whatever he pleases.
However,
If he's gone this far and made something like this, I don't think he's playing around. Even so, we're going pretty deep. You're right. I heard an unnerving chattering sound inside my head. I soon realized it was the sound of my teeth. All I could do was purse my lips tightly so everyone else couldn't hear it. A long elevator ride. There we were, listening to unpleasant roars as the elevator plunged deeper and deeper into the earth. Some time passed before the elevator finally finished descending. And then the elevator door slowly opened.
welcome!
Okay, welcome! This is the class trial field. How do you like it? It's a special place that will decide your fates.
Why, you?
What the hell was he thinking? Locking us in a shitty-looking place like this.
Don't fuck with
You
me!
fucking crazy? Don't mess with me, asshole! Complain all you like. I'm used to it by now. Come on, you're wasting your time and energy. Hurry up and take your seats where your names are written. Looks like everyone knows. Even if we try to resist, it won't change a thing. Just as Monokuma ordered, we walked towards the seats we'd been assigned. From this point on, we need to find out who killed Byakuya. The ultimate affluent progeny, Byakuya Togami. He was overly critical, arrogant, and condescending. But he also had a strong sense of responsibility. As we were panicking, he accepted his role as leader and tried his very best to keep us together. A guy like him got murdered. The person who did it? Is it one of us? I can't believe it. There's no way I can believe it. But if it's really true, We need to find out by any means possible, because that's our only option. There is no way for us to survive unless we sacrifice the killer. And so, this life-threatening trial billowing with hope and despair has begun. And yeah, I will go ahead and save. Okay, so I can set some skills. It doesn't actually look like I have any skills. I don't want to change my difficulty. I'm fine with it being on meme. So let's just get started. Class trial. All rise!
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this
Hanami just like
island.
hanging from a rope.
Such a cruel rule.
Before we begin, I'd like to confirm one thing. Is there really a killer among us?
Most definitely. There's no doubt that the blackened is lurking among you. Such a sad state of affairs, isn't it? By the way, this class trial is gonna be 100% fair, so there's no need to worry. I'm the type who hates favoritism and prejudice. Well, not as much as I hate Monami, of course.
You hate me that much?
Poor
Now,
Monami.
let's begin.
You're telling us to begin, but what are we supposed to do?
No complaining, let's just settle this with our fists.
How will that help anything?
Were you even listening to the rules?
Didn't that Byakuya bastard get killed in the dining hall? Huh? Then everyone there is a fucking suspect.
Yeah, what you're really trying to say is that you're not the killer, right?
No shit. You guys went off on your own and started killing each other. This has nothing to do with me.
Huh? What does that mean?
Anyway, why don't we try talking about the most pressing issue on our minds? Huh. The most pressing issue on our minds? Where we found the body. It's very strange to find a body underneath a table.
Then, let's start with that mystery.
The reason why Byakuyu's body was discovered under the dining hall table. We can start with that, but ultimately we need to find out who murdered him. If we can't do that... No. Thinking about if is a waste of time. We have to do this, no matter what. So, the class trial has finally started. From this point on, I will provide simple tutorials at every important moment. I'm sorry, but please excuse my ear-tainting rudeness. As things progress during the class trial, you will engage in a number of non-stop debates. During these discussions, all of your classmates will speak one after the other without any breaks. It's up to you to reveal any lies or mistakes contained within their statements. This means you'll have to use your truth bullets to refute what they say. Out of all the truth bullets you find during your investigation, only the relevant ones will be loaded into the truth cylinder. Use the left stick to move the reticle, and then fire with whatever button that is. Pay close attention to your character's statements, and choose your truth bullets to blast the right ones. Note that if you run out of time, you will automatically fail, so please be careful. If you press start during these arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck, and have fun. Alright, we are back to doing a class trial, and it's been a long time since I've done one of these, so I'm kind of excited. Alright, I guess I can pick between...
Why was Byakuya's body
Oh, I don't pick, I just have a knife.
in a place like that?
Which one is the fire button?
His body was underneath the table,
Alright, it's
the
a
very
triangle.
back of the dining hall.
After the killer murdered Byakuya, they probably moved the body there.
That didn't work. Yeah. Should have thought about that a little bit closer.
Why was Byakuya's
So now I'm
body
looking for a statement that knife
in a
refutes.
place like that?
So let's see.
His body was underneath the table at the very back of the dining hall.
After the killer murdered Byakuya, they probably moved the body there.
Oh, wait a minute. I can get more of these.
Obviously by hiding the body. They tried to delay its discovery. Like a dog burying a bone.
Alright. So we gotta wait till
Why
we get
was
back around to
Byakuya's
that.
body
Oh, I can slow time down already. How do I
in a
speed time
place
up?
like that?
His body was underneath the table at the very back of the...
After
Oh,
the
there we
killer,
go.
they probably moved the body there.
No, they did not!
No, that's wrong.
Break!
No, I don't think the killer moved the body.
Huh? Why?
Try to remember what the body looked like when we found it under the table. Though there was a lot of blood everywhere, there was no sign the killer actually dragged the body through it.
So that's why you think it's impossible that the killer moved the body. I see. I get your point.
Aw, and here I thought I had a genius idea.
Sorry, Kaz.
Too bad you're so stupid and boring and unpopular. Your life is meaningless.
Okay.
I respond better to praise, you know.
But if the killer didn't move the body, why was it under the table?
Byakuya was probably killed under the table.
What? You think he was killed under the table?
I just said that.
So Byakuya snuck under the table for reasons unknown, and that's when he was killed. Then, shortly thereafter, we found his body under the table.
That does make sense, but why did he go under the table?
Obviously, he was hiding so he could surprise us. That dude was always a big jokester.
Did you ever talk to Byakuya?
The hell he was? You seriously couldn't tell what kind of person he was?
Maybe he panicked during the blackout and dove under the table.
It's a blackout, not an earthquake. Just because the power went out doesn't mean he'd dive under the table.
The reason why is probably connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party, don't you think?
The reason Byakuya dove under the table. If it's connected to what he was doing during the party, it's probably... Alright. I suspect that why he went under the table was because of the knife.
I can prove it with this.
There we go, okay.
It probably has something to do with the knife we found under the table.
Knife? Oh, you mean that thing that obviously screams, I am the murder weapon!
Byakuya probably noticed the knife was hidden there. So in order to get it, he moved under the table.
He was particularly sensitive to the presence of dangerous items, so I cannot deny that possibility. But how did he notice that there was a knife under the table?
If he knew beforehand, he probably would have done something about it before the blackout, right?
Then, instead of knowing about it beforehand, maybe he saw it right at that moment. Like, for example, he might have seen someone trying to take the knife out from under the table.
No, that's not possible.
What? You seem rather confident about that.
Of course. I have proof to back me up.
This is almost like a real trial!
During the previous statement, there was only one weak spot. But from this point on, there will be various weak spots standing in your way. No matter how many weak spots there will only ever be one lie or contradiction in the debate at a time. This means that there will be false weak spots. If you shoot a false weak spot with a truth bullet, not only will you fail to refute what was said, but you also lower your trust with everyone, and your influence gauge will take damage. If your influence gauge reaches 0, you will fail, so please be extra careful. You'll have to rely on your own logic to determine which weak spots are actually lies or mistakes. Also, if you concentrate by holding down RB, you can progress the argument slowly. Please use it whenever you feel like statements are moving too fast for you to aim. However, this does consume the focus gauge, so please be careful. If you press start, you can review the controls. Good luck and have fun. Alright, here we go. So knife, bloodstain, gaps in floorboard, AC timer, and night vision goggles. I'm going to start with night vision goggles loaded.
I'm sure Byakuya ducked under the table during the blackout.
That sounds correct. If that's the case, during the blackout, Mr. Ham Hands must have seen the killer take the knife.
But it was super pitch black! It was so dark I couldn't see my food. Byakuya couldn't see in the dark either.
Yes, he
No,
could.
that's wrong.
He had the power of Sam Fisher!
No, Byakuya was probably the only one who was able to see in the dark.
Why do you say that?
He was using those night vision goggles he found under the table. He could have seen what was happening.
So, are you saying Byakuya was the one who used those night vision goggles?
Yeah, that seems to be the case.
Your reasoning is out of focus.
Whoa! Did you just truth bullet me?
No, that's obviously wrong. It should be the other way around.
Other way around?
Seriously? The killer used those night vision goggles, not Byakuya.
Were you surprised by Mahiru's sudden argument? Just between you and me, I was also surprised. Just kidding. I'm sorry. Now then, when this kind of argument resurfaces, you will go into a one-on-one debate called a rebuttal showdown. In this mode, you have to counter the other person's claim, draw out their weak spots, and argue against them. Please counter the other person's remarks with the left stick. Based on the shape of their remarks, it's important to know whether to cut vertically, sideways, or diagonally. And based on that, you can skew the debate's mood to your advantage. On the other hand, if you ignore the other person's remarks, it will skew towards their advantage. In the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, a number that shows the sharpness of your counter is displayed. This is the number of times you can cut remarks during one round of a debate. You will lose count of sharpness even if you miss, so please be very careful. When the mood skews to your advantage for a certain length of time, the other party's argument changes. This means the conversation will develop. If that happens, they will end up divulging weak spots. However, you cannot normally cut remarks that contain weak spots. Instead, it will skew the mood towards the other's advantage. Plus, it's going to be very big. Just like a regular debate, please refute any weak spots with the button. Of course, if you don't have the correct truth blade, you will not be able to cut an opponent's remark. What's a truth blade? I'm terribly sorry, it appears there has been a delay in contacting you. I will make sure the person in charge of contacting you takes a very long vacation. In this mode, truth bullets will be called truth blades. That's about it. There's no other changes in your handbook menu. Only the name was changed. But don't you think a change in feeling is important? If you press the start button, good luck and have fun. Blah, blah, blah. That was extremely weird. Okay, I don't really know what they meant about cutting diagonally. Okay. I'm gonna go with Doral in
Just
the
use
case.
common sense. The killer obviously used those night vision goggles. That's gotta be it.
I don't really know what I'm doing.
Where's your proof that the killer used them?
Because if they used night vision goggles, then they could have killed Byakuya even in the dark. In reality, so those goggles were planned in advance.
I guess I'm just supposed to chop everything that she says?
Allow me to cut through those words.
I'm just fighting blind here. I'm gonna have to figure this out as we do more of these.
No, Byakuya was definitely the one who
It
brought
worked.
those night vision goggles.
Definitely? But why?
Inside the Duralumin case Byakuya had with him during the
Duralumin?
party.
Is that how it's pronounced?
We found a smaller case for storing the night vision
Somebody
goggles.
tell me if it's a real metal. I can Google it, but I'm playing a video game right now.
Which means we can assume that the night vision goggles were kept inside that Duralumin case as well. Woohoo! I said assume! Ibuki never uses such clever language.
Plus, Byakuya was the only one who could have taken the night vision goggles out of the case, since he was carrying it around before the blackout in the first place.
I see. When you put it like that, it makes sense.
Then, was that knife inside the case too? If there were night vision goggles inside, it wouldn't be weird for a knife to be in there too.
It would be weird.
I am weird, aren't I? At times like this, I'd rather be fantasizing about tonight's main dish.
Ooh, you totally mean that in a perverted way.
Yes. The knife was brought in the Duralumin case, along with the night vision goggles, too. No, that's not possible. The knife was hidden in the dining hall before the party even started. The duct tape proves it.
There was duct tape left under the table where the body was found. Huh? Duct tape? They probably hid the knife by duct taping it to the underside of the table.
Oh, so that's why we found duct tape there.
Though Byakuya was thorough, even he couldn't have noticed a weapon taped to the underside of the table.
This may be off topic, but why was Byakuya acting so paranoid? Not only did he bring a self-defense kit, but he had night vision goggles inside the case too.
That's true. He went above and beyond, being a little cautious.
Now that you mention it, that applies to the dangerous items he confiscated as well. It's one thing to be a little cautious, but performing a body check is a bit much.
He probably knew. Someone was planning to commit a murder.
Are you saying he predicted the murder? Could it be? Was he also in possession of the all-seeing eye?
A Palantir?
You think so too, right, Hajime?
Yes, that's right. Byakuya probably knew there was a possibility a murder would occur because of his murder threat note.
I can prove it with this. Everyone, can you please take a look at this?
Hey, the hell is this?
Hajime and I found this in Byakuya's cottage. It looks like a threatening letter someone sent to him.
So, who's the someone?
Nobody besides Monokuma would write such a dumb, threatening letter like that.
Wasn't me!
Are you sure?
The only lies I tell are friendly lies!
Those are still lies.
It doesn't matter who wrote it yet. So, Byakuya became paranoid because of this threatening letter?
He probably decided to throw a party because of the letter. What do you mean? By gathering everyone in one place, he tried to create a situation where everyone could keep tabs on each other. In doing so, he tried to put the writer of the letter in a situation where they couldn't act. But the letter might have been just a little prank. As long as he was determined not to let any of us die, he couldn't take that risk. His strong sense of responsibility made him believe the letter was legitimate.
He should have told us he received a threatening letter.
If he had, we would have panicked. Byakuya probably knew that too.
So, he tried to do something about it without telling anyone?
I see. Strong sense of responsibility as our leader was his idea.
Screw that noise! Who the hell wrote that letter?
Well, obviously, the killer.
The killer? Is it really one of us? Who is it? Among us, who's the one who killed Byakuya?
Enough already! Show yourself, you coward!
If they were willing to come forward, they never would have committed a murder in the first place.
I still can't believe it. Someone in this room killed Byakuya? There's no way I can believe that yet.
Pardon me. Can I say something, please?
What is it, Miss Sonia?
I regret that I must return to this topic, but I just realized something concerning the night vision goggles. If Byakuya was indeed wearing those goggles, how did the killer manage to navigate in the dark?
You're right. They wouldn't have been able to see anything without the night vision goggles. But if the murderer had the goggles when they took the knife, then how did Byakuya see them?
Even if the knife bore some sort of mark, it would have been difficult to see it in that darkness.
No, the killer definitely used a mark. And because of this mark, the killer was able to get the knife from under the table into his hands. That would be glowing paint!
What if the glowing paint was the mark? With that, you'd be able to get the knife even in the dark. In actuality, the knife we found under the table and the duct tape stuck to the underside of the table were both marked with glowing paint, right?
Does that mean the killer painted them in advance?
But painting them with glowing paint? It's as if they knew the blackout was going to happen.
They had to have already known. That's why they used the glowing paint as a mark. Which means whoever set up the blackout is the killer.
That seals it. The killer is whoever was in the office with the circuit breaker.
You're jumping!
Which means it was you, Peko Pekoyama!
Peko killed poor Byakuya? Was this island not big enough for 2 glasses wearers?
Oh, I guess she's not.
How can you believe her so easily?
But with Peko's height, I don't think she'd be able to reach the circuit breaker in the office.
I don't care about a technicality like that. Peko's the one who tripped the breaker and caused the blackout.
By tripping the breaker directly from the office, Peko was the one who caused the blackout? Is that really what happened? After this debate, blue-colored weak spots will start to appear. If we call the weak spots you've seen up until now argue spots, the blue-colored spots will be called agree spots. Interesting. When shooting agree spots with truth bullets, you need to flip your way of thinking. Instead of arguing that the other person's testimony contains lies or mistakes, please fire the truth bullets that prove the other person's testimony is correct. When your truth bullets merge with their weakness, it will become a logically sound agreement. Isn't it a little hot in here? From now on, you must infer based on whether it's best to argue or agree based on what's being debated. If you press start during these arguments, good luck and have fun, blah blah blah. Alright, this is a new twist. I kind of think this could be interesting. Okay, Nakamaru's account, Teru's account. I don't remember what these things were.
Since Peko was in the...
I wasn't trying to do that. I'm trying to look at what Teru's account was. Gas stove in the kitchen. No. Okay, so I'm probably gonna want to go with Nakamaru's account, that someone was in the bathroom. I think I've got that idea. I've got an idea.
The blackout at any time.
No.
That's impossible.
Huh? Why is it impossible?
Because I was not in the office. Not even before the blackout.
Nakamaru!
Agree with that.
Okay, I kind of like this.
No,
Adds an extra layer to
Peko
it.
was telling the truth.
Don't tell me you're crushing on Peko.
It's nothing like that at all. Nekomaru's account is actually Peko's alibi.
I've been trying to use it many times, but the door just won't open at all.
It's true. Someone was occupying the bathroom for a long time shortly after the party started, and it was finally freed up after Byakuya's body was discovered.
Then the person who was in the bathroom that whole time was actually...
Everyone else besides Peko was in the dining hall after the party started, right?
I see. So there's no way anybody else could have locked themselves in the bathroom except Peko.
I guess that would be true.
You locked yourself in the commode? You should have said so earlier.
There's no way she'd actually say that. Gosh, you are so insensitive.
If she locked herself in the bathroom for that long, there's no doubt. It's shit. Oh, there's no way she'd admit it. There's no way she'd admit she was taking a shit.
This must be a Japanese social lore, because I feel like when faced with murder, most female people that I know would definitely just admit that they were using the toilet.
Hey, weren't you guys taught any basic manners, or were you raised in a locker room?
I'm sorry.
It's fine. How about we stop talking about this and move on to something else?
Don't worry, the smell wasn't that strong. I used the bathroom right after you, so you can trust me.
Good lord, man.
I said it's fine.
But still, you were in the bathroom for a really long time. Did you get food poisoning or something?
As soon as I stepped into the office, I felt this sudden rush of pain in my stomach. Because of that, I was unable to leave the bathroom, including when the blackout occurred.
Hey, how did it feel to do your business in the dark? Did you get excited?
What?
Seriously, stop it.
Thank you.
But still, your stomach pain. Was that really just a coincidence?
Hey, what's the deal? Don't butt into other people's business, especially if you didn't do any investigating.
I'm only butting in because you fucking idiots are out of your element.
Stop this childish nonsense. Just what do you mean by coincidence?
What I mean is it possible someone slipped her some laxatives?
Laxatives?
If so, the killer could have tripped the breaker as soon as that girl left the office, don't you think?
I see. That might have happened.
The question is whether Peko's stomachache was a coincidence, or if someone intentionally caused it. Depending on the answer, the outcome of this trial could change drastically. Okay. Knife, AC timer, night vision goggles. I'm gonna say party dishes, because that seems like what we're talking. And we'll see if that is something that comes up that I can shoot this at.
I don't remember eating anything weird.
Now that you mention it...
You brought food to the office, right? Just a little bit from the dining hall.
There might have been some laxatives in it, don't you think?
Taro cooked the food. How suspicious!
I wouldn't do anything like that.
Laxatives would ruin the taste.
I don't know why I fired that at that.
Crap!
I'm gonna go with
Did you eat
laxatives and
anything
fire this at
weird?
laxatives.
I don't remember eating anything weird.
Because I think party
Now that
dishes
you
contained
mention
information
it.
about how very few
You
people
brought
actually
food to
ate
the
the
office,
food.
right? Just a little bit from the dining hall.
There might have been some laxatives in it.
Apparently that worked.
No, it's impossible that laxatives were slipped into the food in the dining hall. Because Pekka wasn't the only one who ate that food. Akane ate some of it too.
If the food had laxatives in it, I'm pretty sure Akane would have had stomach issues as well.
I feel totally fine.
Like I said, the dishes are innocent. Don't go making weird accusations.
I apologize for causing a scene.
Fuyuhiko should apologize, not you. He's the one who made the laxative accusation.
He made a perfectly logical argument, Mahiru.
What the fuck did you say, bitch?
That's kind of an overreaction.
Is this bickering?
Let's just dismiss Pekko's stomachache as a coincidence and go back to discussing the blackout.
Yeah. We already know that, you trashy skank. You don't have to tell us.
Trashy skank?
As long as the murder happened during the blackout, then the blackout itself is what's important. So we need to make it clear how that blackout occurred. Probably the AC timer and the irons. The AC timer isn't an option, so I'm going to load up the irons.
Who tripped the breaker and how did they do it? If you can't answer that, I'm gonna bop you on the head.
Can't even reach my
They
head.
throw a
Short
stone and hit it?
stuff.
Maybe they used a remote control?
Distracted by things I might be able to
Probably messed with the breaker.
shoot stuff at.
It does not have to be the breaker. They may have tampered with the power supply and transmitters.
I think I meant that the power supply was being used by the irons, but that's clearly not what the devs were
Who
thinking.
tripped the breaker and how did they do it?
Wrong button.
Did they throw a stone and hit it?
No.
Maybe they used a remote control?
They probably messed with the breaker.
It does not have to be the breaker.
No, they didn't mess with the
They
breaker.
may have tampered
They
with
didn't
the
mess
power
with the
supply
power
and
supply.
transmitters.
They just
Or maybe they
overloaded the
caused a
power.
power surge?
There we go. If I can hit
agree
it.
with that. It's just as Mahiru said. The blackout was caused by a power surge. Of course, that's not a coincidence. Someone caused it intentionally.
Dun dun
Which is why those
dun!
3 irons were arranged to cause the blackout. When you found them right after the blackout, the irons were still on, right?
So by leaving those irons on in the storage room, they deliberately caused a power surge.
Yeah. It seems that's how the killer caused the blackout.
Stupid fool!
Whoa!
Hold on a second, let me speak too!
What the heck?
You say the irons in the storage room were used to trigger the blackout? That's inexcusable!
Why? I guess I'll leave it on AC
The
timer
irons in the
for now.
storage room caused the blackout, and for the killer to turn the irons on. You're saying they went all the way to the storage room? Then that means everyone who was when the blackout occurred can't be a suspect.
Attack!
No, just because people were in the dining hall doesn't mean they're not a suspect.
But the people in the dining hall weren't able to come. If the irons caused the blackout, then the killer had to go to the storage room before and turn on the iron. Now do you intend to take back what you said? With the people in the dining hall, if the irons caused, then the killer had to go to the store and turn on the iron. Now do you intend to take back what you said? With the people
Yes,
in the
but I
dining
missed.
hall, if the irons caused the blackout,
There we go. This is more difficult than I thought it would be. It's hard to time it right to get the truth bullet or a truth blade to actually hit their
Irons are
statement.
just one reason the blackout occurred, but they weren't the direct trigger. The direct trigger was when the air conditioners in the dining hall and office clicked on.
the air conditioners!
Why are you screaming that?
The timers for both air conditioners were set to 11:30 p.m.
11:30 p.m. Mr. Ham Hands died around that time too.
I see. When the timers activated the air conditioners, the breaker was tripped and caused a blackout. I see! I understand! Indubitably!
Indubitably?
They probably checked the old building's energy usage in advance and used the irons to nearly max it out. So once they set the air conditioner's timers, they just had to wait until they started up on their own.
If so, even if Pekka was in the office, it still would have been possible to cause a blackout, indubitably.
Indubitably? Miss Sonia, not you too.
Regarding the energy usage, they probably asked Monokuma about it.
Dun dun dun!
Is she right? Such a hateful bear! You deserve to die 1,000 deaths!
1,000, you say? If I died that many times, I might really stay dead, you know?
Shut up! You guys just stay quiet! I couldn't have prevented the blackout even if I was in the office. Even so, I feel regret. If I was in the office, I could have reset the breaker in time. And maybe the murder wouldn't have occurred.
No, the breaker in the office was built into a high area of the wall that's impossible to reach. Resetting the breaker in that darkness would have been impossible, no matter what.
Sounds like you don't need to blame yourself.
Even so, the killer is so sly. I'm starting to worry we may never actually find them.
It's alright. You don't have to worry. Because they're just a petty killer, right? They can't defeat symbols of hope like you guys.
Okay, now's not the time for a pep talk, man.
There's no way everybody will lose now. This little incident will just be a stepping stone for you all. In the end, hope always wins. That's what I believe.
Nagito? What happened to you?
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, you have been saying this whole time that there's no way a killer could be among us.
Oh, is that so? Well, let's just put that minor detail aside for now and talk about the incident.
You're getting suspicious.
For now, we found out how the blackout occurred. But the question is, who caused it, right?